You might have thought she was kind of immature sometimes as well, or you could have felt like you were the parent sometimes with Gemini moon. But nevertheless, you're very intelligent and adaptive because Gemini's mutable air signs, and all air signs are very intelligent. You're always thinking with Gemini energy. You're always thinking about something, thinking about your thoughts and your feelings, and always changing because Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is a very fast moving planet. So you're always thinking, and your Mercury is in Scorpio, so you love to have deep conversations. And words of affirmation is probably your love language because you love when people talk about how they feel about you because it gives you reassurance. Your fifth house represents the fun house, children, creativity, and romances. In your fifth house, you have Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer, or you could call it a childhood trauma and sometimes a present day insecurity, something that you're still struggling with to heal. So with this placement, it kind of reiterates that you don't always feel sure of yourself. So maybe as a child, you weren't able to fully express yourself in the way you wanted to. Or like I said before, you could have been criticized for your creativity or something, or your, self-expression. Um, Also, you could have been hurt by a romantic relationship because the fifth house rules romances. Um, the fifth house also represents children, so you could have had issues with fertility at some point or just not wanting a child. Sometimes I see people with displacement and they're like, I just never wanted kids. Or if they've had kids, they say sometimes they don't automatically feel connected to the child at first. Like it takes a while for them to bond with the child if they choose to have children. So in your ninth house represents higher learning, education, spirituality, belief systems, and foreign travels. You have Scorpio. Scorpio represents intensity, sometimes crisis, power or power struggle sometimes, and transformation. And you have what's called a stellium. A stellium means three or more planets in a house or in a zodiac sign. So that just means like it's extra emphasis on this area of life. So this area of life is going to be very important to you. So here in your stellium, you have Venus, the planet of love. It represents things we love and the things that we're attracted to. And as a woman, it represents how you are in a relationship. So you are attracted to scorpionic type of things. So scorpionic things are psychology, occult knowledge, astrology would fall under that, and uncovering any type of secrets or hidden things. And the ninth house topics are spirituality, foreign travels, and higher learning. So these are all going to be things and topics that you love. Um, and a lot of times when people hear me say occult, they'll be like, "Oh, I don't like occult," but astrology actually falls under occult knowledge. But I doubt you'd be one of those people that says that with all this Scorpio energy, and you have Pluto as well. So anyway, let's get back to Venus. So Venus and Scorpio in relationships, like your relationships are very intense and transformative. especially with Pluto energy here, with this Pluto conjunction. You have Pluto conjunct Venus. So there's definitely some power struggles going on, and maybe someone trying to control you in relationships. Also, with Venus in Scorpio conjunct Pluto, people can become obsessed over you, especially after you had sex with them. So just be careful with that placement. So Pluto in the ninth house in Scorpio, fixed water sign, could make you very attached to your own opinions and beliefs. Although you're well researched, you might come off as forceful in your teaching to other people. So be careful not to be too like preachy when you're trying to explain or share your opinions with other people. Also with Pluto in the ninth, you could have a talent that allows you to transform other people's lives through some type of information that you give them. So sometimes through teaching or counseling or therapy or something along those lines. Um, Also, you can have a job that allows you to travel because you have Sagittarius on the cusp. So you have also Mercury in the ninth house in Scorpio. So Mercury is about your communication. So you love deep conversation and you probably hate superficial things or talking about superficial things. And you like to gain knowledge and share things that you find interest in. And you have big picture type of thinking. And you probably love studying with Mercury in the ninth house. That's probably fun for you to go read a book. So your 10th house representing your career and your public reputation and public status. You have your sun in Scorpio here. So this means you're a very private person who internally wants power. So you have an inner drive for success because you have Mars here. Mars is the co-ruler of Scorpio, and Mars is all about taking action and it's all about passion. So once you find your niche, you're likely to be the type of person that put yourself completely into whatever it is that you're passionate about. So with this placement, you would make a great therapist or a great teacher. And it's hard to pinpoint Scorpio energy. So it's like your job could be anything with Scorpio energy. You could be a spiritual healer with Scorpio energy. You could be a psychic with Scorpio energy. Like it's so many different things. Like, Scorpio, the eighth house is the second most mysterious house with Pisces 12th house being the most mysterious house. So I'm not going to try to guess all the different occupations you can have, but those are a few. So you have Saturn in the 10th house. Saturn represents restriction and discipline. So you're probably a very strict, hardworking person while you're on your job. You're probably very serious while you're at work because you have a need for stability and security that is um, that is influencing your career. In the past, you could have had difficulties with Sagittarius topics like higher learning, education, belief systems, or traveling at first because Saturn restricts things. So it could have been hard for you at first. You could have had to um, change your majors a lot, or you could have been born into one religion and completely, rebelled against it when you got older and found your own sense of what you believe in. And once that happens, you will be, like I said, grounded and fixed in your belief system, and you'll have success in these areas. Also, the area of travel. So you could have experienced difficulties or delays in the Sagittarius topic areas. So like education, travel, and your belief system. And in time, you become grounded and successful and a master of those areas. Last but not least, your 11th house. 11th house represents your friends. Your 11th house is Uranus. I'm sorry. Uranus is in your 11th house in the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. So Uranus and Sagittarius, you love freedom. You get fulfillment from developing your belief systems, from traveling, from studying yourself, and from learning about different cultures. Uranus represents sudden changes. So, again, you could have had something transformative happen through traveling or through spirituality. So maybe you went on a trip and you could have fell in love with the culture and changed your life because of it. Or maybe you moved to that place after visiting it. You also could have had a transformative spiritual experience that changed your life. So, 11th house of friends. Uranus here, your friends are probably unusual and unique and eccentric with Uranus energy here because Uranus is all about being different. Um, Sagittarius energy, they're likely foreigners because Sagittarius represents long distance foreign travels. You also have Neptune in the 11th house in Capricorn. So Neptune rules Pisces and it rules over the dream world. So it stands for delusion or illusion. It also stands for unconditional love. That's a good characteristic. So you might have like a dream, like you might daydream a lot about like the perfect career or having fame and fortune and luxury. Um, Also with Neptune in the 11th, you love your friends unconditionally, but you could be wearing rose colored glasses when it comes to your friends with Neptune energy as well. So that's the conclusion. Let me know if anything resonates. And thank you for allowing me to do your chart and to share it. Thank you for giving me permission to share it. I appreciate you.